world
if she would have had extensions.
where that is not premeditated, pre-planned. She looked up. She said, "Oh, look at that!
Whoa.
Look at that ponytail. Let me yank." As you can imagine, there is a lot of blowback. A lot. I think pulling a girl's hair should be an automatic flagrant. It's dangerous for someone's neck. How about I keep it real? Let me yank the white girl to the ground. There we go. There, it's out. I hate to say it, but look, no, I'm not. I don't know what that means, but there's a lot of.
Did Dijonai Carrington just go too far? Fans are outraged as footage shows her yanking Sarah Ashley Barker to the ground, a move that has everyone demanding justice. And this isn't even the first time. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this. It's a pivotal game between the Dallas Wings and the Los Angeles Sparks. The crowd is loud, the energy on the court is intense, and players are scrambling for every loose ball. Then, in an instant, the game shifts. Dijonai Carrington and Sarah Ashley Barker get tangled near mid-court, and what looked like ordinary physical play takes a shocking turn. Carrington suddenly grabs Barker by the hair and pulls her down to the hardwood. The thud of Barker hitting the floor silences the arena for a moment, but it doesn't stay quiet for long. The footage is jarring. Barker, visibly stunned, tries to get back up as Sparks players rush to her side. The announcers sound shocked, the replay showing the hair pull again and again. Almost immediately, social media erupts. Fans called Carrington's move dirty and inexcusable. Threads flooded Twitter, Instagram stories replayed the clip, and debates broke out in comment sections. Headlines popped up everywhere, amplifying the outrage. Commentators on post-game shows questioned what the referees were even watching. See, the officials originally called it a loose ball foul, just a typical infraction. But the clip told a different story, one that fans described as crossing a line. And this wasn't just about one moment on the court. Carrington isn't a stranger to controversy.
And the Sparks, and check this out right here. As she grabs the player by the ponytail, yanks her to the ground. Criticism justified. Get her off the court. Hey, this person, Kathy Engelbert, you're the problem. Since you seem to think this kind of play is acceptable, as you can imagine, there is a lot of blowback. A lot. I think pulling a girl's hair should be an automatic flagrant. It's dangerous for someone's neck.
Remember her incident with Caitlin Clark? The eye rake sparked massive backlash then too, with fans rallying to protect Clark, one of the league's most watched rising talents. Or how about the time she undercut Gabby Williams on a fast break? These aren't isolated events. Critics are saying they're part of a pattern, painting Carrington as a player who prioritizes aggression over sportsmanship. The growing perception is that she's become a problem and the league needs to step in. That brings us to the WNBA's response, or lack of it. After the hair-pulling incident, all eyes were on the league, but some fans feel they dropped the ball again. Calls for a harsher punishment grew louder, some even demanding a season-long suspension to send a message. The question now is, does the WNBA see these incidents as minor scuffles, or are they ignoring a bigger issue? Here's the question everyone is asking. What happens when the league talks about protecting its players, but doesn't show it when it matters most? That's where the WNBA has landed, and fans aren't holding back. The outrage following Dijonai Carrington's repeated incidents on the court has evolved into something bigger. Critics are accusing the league of caring more about its image than its players' safety. And honestly, they might have a point. Take the Caitlin Clark incident as an example.
There is a pattern here, folks. I'm just saying. The Skylar Diggins situation, not just to not to this play, but many others, you should be held accountable when someone is seriously injured. And it's going to happen. A world
If she would have had extensions,
where that is not premeditated, pre-planned. She looked up. She said, "Oh, look at that!
Whoa.
Look at that ponytail. Let me yank."
Carrington raked Clark across the face, a flagrant foul obvious to anyone watching, yet the league later rescinded the call entirely. That decision lit up social media, with fans arguing the WNBA was creating a dangerous precedent. Then this hair-pulling incident happens, and many are asking why the league isn't taking this pattern of behavior seriously. It's not just about bad sportsmanship, it's about trust. How does the league expect fans, or even players, to feel safe if there's no consistency in how these actions are punished? The implications are bigger than just one player or one foul. Caitlin Clark is one of the most watched young stars in the game. Her rise has brought a flood of attention to women's basketball, and incidents like what we saw, an eye rake that goes unpunished, feel personal to her growing fan base. Some argue the WNBA is showing favoritism, shielding high-profile players like Carrington from consequences instead of setting an example.
You know, no, I'm not. I don't know what that means, but there's a lot of. How about I keep it real? Let me yank the white girl to the ground. There we go. There, it's out. I hate to say it, but look, aside. There, like I told you earlier, you need to watch. There's a bit of a pattern here.
On social media, one fan asked, "Does the WNBA even care about its credibility, or is it just trying to avoid bad press?" The ripple effect here is damaging. The league's core audience, the fans who've stuck by it for years, are feeling alienated. At a time when women's basketball is growing faster than ever, can the WNBA afford to lose trust? Analysts say no. A suspension, maybe even a season-long one, could be the league's chance to undo the damage. It wouldn't just be a punishment, it would be proof that no one, no matter how big their profile, is above the rules. Can the WNBA afford not to send that message? The WNBA now stands at a crucial crossroad. How the league responds to players like Dijonai Carrington isn't just about enforcing rules, it's about showing whether players' safety and professionalism actually matter. Fans, players, and even sponsors are watching closely, questioning if the WNBA is willing to hold its stars accountable or if reputation will always take priority over fairness. This isn't just about Carrington's actions anymore. It's about the league's future and the trust it's worked so hard to earn. So, what do you think? Should Carrington face a season-long suspension, or is the league already risking too much?